Today, we have big news involving the state of California's Glock ban. This is great and honestly hilarious news, and I know you're gonna wanna see this. Nothing do I love more when the anti-gunners try and do something and it backfires immediately, and that's exactly what just happened. So to give you some context, in October of this year, anti-gun Governor Gavin Newsom passed Assembly Bill 1127. This bill bans the sale of all semi-automatic machine gun convertible pistols. That includes all current Glocks. Now this part is very important. In response to this legislation, Glock introduced a new series of pistols called Glock Series V. Now, it is very obvious when you look at them that these are basically the same gun with a little bit of a redesigned back end. Now, the reason behind this is very simple. This is to prevent people from installing what are known as Glock switches, the thing that converts it into a fully automatic firearm. Glock switches aren't like bump stocks or forced reset triggers. They actually cause the gun mechanically to fire automatically. One trigger action, multiple bullets coming out. I can't show you how they work, obviously, because of YouTube rules, but these are very simple devices. Literally a 3-year-old could 3D print them, and they're very, very accessible. Now, censorship aside, these are actually very illegal. You can get 10 years in prison for them, and I certainly don't recommend you make one. Personally though, of course, I want you to be able to own whatever you want, and I'm a big 2A guy, and of course, that includes Glock switches. Obviously, I'm a big gun guy, so of course I think that. If you're new here, subscribe by the way. To show you how these work, and then we're gonna get into the breaking news, I'm gonna play a video from the ATF trying to make these look super scary. I think actually though, it just makes them look insanely cool. So I'm gonna play this video for you, and then we're gonna get to the news.
So this is semi-automatic, a single pull of the trigger, and I'll do 3 shots as fast as I can. So that's a pull of the trigger each time. And then this, again, is turning it on fully auto.
So after watching that, you know why Newsom, the ATF, and all the usual anti-gunners absolutely hate this. So naturally, California decided to ban all guns that can be converted in this way, and so Glock introduced the new Series V, which isn't supposed to work like that. Here's the big news though. Less than 48 hours from when the new Series V was recorded, and this just happened, they already introduced a Glock switch for it. Someone already designed this.
We got the new Glock 19 CV. This is Glock's answer to everybody putting Glock switches on their stuff. And why did they do this?
So California banned them because they wanted to make it so people couldn't readily convert it to a machine gun.
Anyways. Seems like a lot of people are upset at Glock over the whole V series thing, but let's be real. It's not like Glock woke up one morning and they're like, hey, you know what our shitty pistol needs? An even worse version of it. So Glock tries to be compliant, and guess what? Within 48 hours, somebody with an IQ of 16 figures out how to make it go burp. And this right here is a prime example of why gun laws are f***ing stupid.
Obviously, the point of this video is absolutely true. Gun control is a joke. It is trivially easy for someone who wants to design a Glock switch, design a bump stock, design a forced reset trigger. None of that stuff is honestly that complicated. If you are banning them, you are only banning them for law-abiding citizens. Criminals are easily able to get their hands on any of these things or make them yourself. Think about what a bump stock is for a second. It's essentially just a spring, right? That forces the gun back into your finger, right? That's all a bump stock is. And just think about it for a second. That's super easy to make. You can just put a spring or even your hand just squeezing like that, and boom, you got a bump stock. It's insane. None of this, of course, and California knew this wasn't going to change much. None of this, of course, has anything to do with safety. None of this, of course, is to try and, stop gun deaths. None of that's real. Obviously, none of that's real. They knew this would happen. The idea is just to make a company like Glock or Smith & Wesson or whatever, the idea is just to make them have more of a burden, have them to do more R&D, more design, take a perfectly functional design and modify it and make new machining and everything like that to increase the cost to the consumer of buying a firearm. Fundamentally, all gun regulation is attempting to disarm law-abiding individuals. That's obvious, and this just shows it. Machine guns themselves are regulated by the NFA, which was introduced in 1934 and then ended up fully banning machine guns in 1986. And that law, any way you look at it, is a joke. It is a complete joke law. Like, what are we talking about? So it bans machine guns, any other weapon, AOWs, and it bans also SBRs, which short barrel rifles, and sawed-off shotguns. Okay, just think about it logically for a second. What are we talking about with that list of things? It's insane. So you're telling me, okay, pistol, this is fine, this is fine, this is fine. Okay, now it's a rifle, illegal. Legal, 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 illegal. Just because of the attachment on the back? Like seriously, it is an insane law. And of course, it wasn't passed as a gun control legislation, technically. It was passed as a tax regulation. And this is how they do it. They backdoor any way they can to try and make it more difficult for you, a law-abiding gun owner, to own things. It's the same idea behind the vampire rule. So the vampire rule, of course, in Hawaii, is a law that stops people from carrying guns onto places that don't have posted signage. Obviously, the reason isn't because they respect property rights or anything like that. No, they want to make it functionally illegal for you to carry your firearm. And this is another example of that. Glocks are a very, very, very commonly used firearm. And they've decided to ban them because of something that pretty much any semi-automatic can be converted to do. It is not that complicated. If you're a criminal, you can convert a gun into a fully automatic machine gun. It's not, obviously I'm not going to tell you how to do it here, but it is not complicated. It is seriously, seriously easy. And all they're doing here is obviously not focusing on safety, because we're not even getting into the machine gun stuff, but this doesn't enhance safety in any way. Obviously, all they're trying to do is put barriers in the way for you to lawfully possess your firearms. There is no doubt that this is what this is. There's no other pretense that this is what this is. This is what it obviously is. And it's absolutely ridiculous. It's absolutely insane. And honestly, we shouldn't stand for it. It is very possible that this case will go to the Supreme Court, because obviously we can't just have criminals stopping us from lawfully possessing stuff. But the reality is the machine gun question won't be overturned. That's here to stay, unfortunately. I hope you did enjoy the video, though. If you did, please do subscribe down below. I really, really appreciate you all. Hope you did enjoy it, and I'll see you in the next one.